Hey everyone, welcome back to Living North Phoenix's podcast. I'm Blair Ballin, founder and founder of Living North Phoenix and host of this podcast. Thanks for being here. This is our second episode. I got some really great feedback and just awesome all around stuff from our first one. So, thanks for being here. I'll get right into it, which is first. Um, Today's episode is going to be more about what Living North Phoenix is about and what we have as an entity and as a brand, so it can benefit you as a community member or soon to be community member. But if I'm listening to this, I'm like, get to the point. I already know you ramble and all this kind of stuff. So I do want to let you know, if you are not already subscribed to our newsletter, please do that immediately. You will have the information somewhere in this, wherever you see it, you will be able to sign up and subscribe to that because we have some exclusive deals that are in there, and they really are deals. Meaning, I've contacted local restaurant owners and other places to give us deals specific to the Living North Phoenix community so you can get them. The only place you can get them is in the newsletter, and that's where they're at. That'll be at the end as to where you can access that. Here we go. So, Living North Phoenix, as I talked about, and I'm before I continue. One of the most common questions I get is, or statements, you've got such a cool name. Years ago, I basically, I've always pronounced my name Blair Ballin, but years ago, someone or a bunch of people or the world started to think that the word ballin was better. And since it's spelled the same way, and yes, it's my real last name, I started to go with that. So if you ever see a video and I'm talking and I say Blair Ballin, it's really how it used to be said, and I just kind of changed it because it was just easier. Rather than me say Ballin and people say, "Oh, you should be Ballin." So I just go with Ballin. But the correct pronunciation actually is Ballin for those that want to know. But anyway, back to the important things. So Living North Phoenix. In the first episode, our first episode last week, we talked about the history of Living North Phoenix, kind of why I started it, how it started, the growth, and all that kind of stuff. And it was a great episode. I really appreciate those that listened to it then and those that will end up listening to it. And now those of you that are listening to this. So the history, as you know, I started a next door group, didn't really love it, and wanted to start my own group to find a group of dudes to play basketball, Indian restaurant, whatever. And started this group, was aided by a bunch of people to come up with the name Living North Phoenix based on a few other things. And since I live in the North Phoenix area, it just kind of made most sense to me. For those that are curious, I did start another group prior to this one, completely bombed. And I believe the name of that was Chicagoans Who Love Phoenix. And I was trying to tie in my Chicago roots to it and, do different restaurants that are owned by Chicago people. And I love Chicago sports. So trying to tie all that in, but I realized as passionate I was about it, there just wasn't enough content that I felt good enough about doing consistently. So then I tied in Living North Phoenix to the idea. And because I live there and I'm a realtor, which the group is not about real estate, but I'm able to tie in things about real estate to the group, it just made sense to me. So obviously we have our Facebook group, Living North Phoenix. That's where this all started, and it's been absolutely amazing. We're very, very close to 33,000 people, which I'm very, very, very proud of for many reasons. And one of them is that I personally go through each person that tries to join and decide if they should join or not based on the criteria that I've set. Meaning, do I think they're local? Do I think they're a real person? Do they have a good enough profile? Meaning, was their profile just created yesterday or 15 years ago? And I know accounts can get hacked and you can start new ones and all that stuff, but I've gone through extensive measures to try to figure out and accept only people that fit the criteria that I'm looking for to help one of the things that our community is based on, which is engagement, a very high level of engagement. And by that, I mean, when you're in the group, you're going to be doing something that helps others in the group. You post, you ask a question, you reply to a question, you like a question, you love a question, you direct message someone, which obviously can't be reported in my metrics, but any of those things to show the community that you're engaged, you're there, and to be part of it. One of the other things, and I'll get into the details about it in a little bit, is we just held our inaugural event, Valleypalooza, this past March or April. It was absolutely phenomenal. There were quite a few vendors there that talked about how comparing Valleypalooza to other events that they've been at, they noticed something that the customer or the attendee was far more engaged than many other markets, festivals, events they've been at. Afterwards, when the event closed down and the planning committee and I went to Kitsune, which is one of our favorite local breweries, or my favorite local brewery, to discuss how the event was and me to thank them and all that stuff. One of the things that came up was that engagement. They talked to the vendors and they heard it also. And I said, it's not a surprise to me, while not everyone from the event that attended was from the Facebook group, wasn't a surprise to me because that's what we promote is engagement. And it's not like I go out there and say, you have to engage, you have to do this on a minute by minute or daily or weekly basis. It's just what we promote by doing the things that we do. And I'm super, super proud of it and very, very grateful for it also. So we've got the Living North Phoenix group on Facebook. We've got Valleypalooza, which just happened in March or April. Our next one is set for next April, April 19th specifically. We have moved, this past year was 11 to 5, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. We've moved it to 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's going to be a week later, so I guess it was April. Mostly because it was hot. We were getting a lot of feedback that it was hot, especially as the day went on, which also the event was too long. Very happy to announce that we have gone away with admission costs, so there will not be an admission. It's free to get in. There's going to be a live band, just like there was this past year. More vendors to shop from, to look at, more food trucks to check out what awesome food they have, and a bunch of kids activities, a bunch of adult activities. We have an amazing charity that we're partnered with, Put on the Cape organization, which is a fabulous organization for children that have been or are abused here in the Valley. And just a all around amazing event with amazing things so far. It's going to get even better. So Living North Phoenix, Valleypalooza. Then we have our newsletter, which again, please subscribe to. Um, there's not a cost to it. There's no set frequency, if we want to use that word. It used to be where I would do it once a week. Now it could be 3 times a week. It could be once a week or any number. But I can promise you one thing. Well, I can promise a bunch of stuff, but as far as the newsletter goes, I can promise you one thing, which is I personally write it. It's not AI generated. I spend my time writing it, which I'm very happy to do. I like to do it, but I do my best. I said do. I do my best to provide something that I feel is valuable. When I started this newsletter, or at least a rendition of it earlier this year, it felt more like just kind of recapping maybe what happened in the group or stuff that was being shared. This time around, it's different. It's me giving something that's not necessarily in the group, and then also something maybe like a restaurant review, a business review, um, things that are happening that are a good reminder if they are in the group, but there's still something of value there. Hopefully it isn't the only thing, but if it is to you, so be it. I haven't done my job well enough. Will be the discounts to local places, whether they're businesses, restaurants. I realize a restaurant's a business, but different things that you can get a discount on for being a part of the community. And remember, the community is not just the Facebook group. Living North Phoenix is the community. Everything that I'm about to talk about or I've talked about today is Living North Phoenix. So if you are in the Facebook group, awesome, you're in the community. If you just get the newsletter, awesome, you're in the community. Then we also have our website, livingnorthphoenix.com. So visit there to read the latest blogs that we have about our marketing partners, our sponsors, restaurants that we've reviewed in more depth, reviews about houses, listings for sale, listings that have been sold, market updates. That's just the real estate part. It's not a real estate website. Updates about Valleypalooza, which Valleypalooza has its own website, valleypalooza.com. But those are the things on the website, and I would encourage you to visit there. If you do visit the website, by the way, you can also go there to sign up for the newsletter. Right when you hit the home screen, a pop-up, brand new pop-up as of yesterday, should be there for you to immediately sign up for our awesome newsletter. So, Facebook group, newsletter, website, Valleypalooza, those are some of our cornerstones. Very, very proud of it all. We also just recently launched Seniors Living in North Phoenix, which is a Facebook group by nature again, but the goal with it is to create a safe space allowing seniors to socialize. So one thing when I have the Facebook group, the main one, the feedback I was getting from some different seniors I was speaking to is when we held happy hours, they were resistant to show up because they didn't feel comfortable, right? Didn't want to socialize with younger people or whatever the reason is. Or maybe they had a spouse pass away. Maybe they're new to the area, don't know people, not comfortable going to those types of happy hours. So I heard that, and part of what I look to do is whenever there's an issue or need, is solve the need. Sometimes I'll maybe do it right away. Sometimes it'll take longer. Sometimes I'm ignorant to it. Sometimes whatever, but I do my best. So we have that Seniors Living in North Phoenix group, and there's about let's just say 600 people in it. It's an awesome group. Yes, many of the people are from the main group. We did just have our first get together. It was a brunch. It was absolutely awesome. I was there. I'm not a senior. Wanted to just make sure it went okay as possible. But we do have a senior leading it. Her name's Pam. She's awesome, doing a great job. And we look to really get that more involved by doing whether it's book clubs, mahjong, dinner parties, whatever, bingo nights, whatever it is, places for seniors to get together to feel safe and socialize. That's what we want them to do. And that's what we want them to feel safe. Earlier this year, we also launched Senior Smiles, which is an initiative that I created where basically we go around to different places that have seniors, like a care home, assisted care, that kind of stuff. Maybe that's the same thing. And in the one event we've done so far, we brought in a foam machine and had a foam party. And it was absolutely awesome. It was incredible. And there's no charge for it to the care home. It was just a chance to bring smiles to seniors. That was and is the only goal. Foam parties won't be the only type of party. That was the only event that we've done. That was the initial thought. That was the easiest thing to do at that point. And someone in the group has a foam party machine, so they were able to do it. And that brings up another point, which is the group is such an amazing resource to think. This is really awesome. So to think the foam machine came from someone in the group, it's their business, and then the care home that we had it at, that fund director, as she calls herself, she is in the Facebook group. So everything was connected through the Facebook group. It's just an amazing resource. So if you're not in it and you're listening to this, go join. Living North Phoenix is the Facebook group. And fill out the questions, because if they're not filled out, we don't always let you in. Okay, so I've gone over that stuff. Let's see. We also have a buy sell group, which honestly was just there because, again, a bunch of people were like, hey, we should have a buy sell group since you don't allow posts about buying or selling. I created it. I will tell you, I'm very rarely in it. There's unfortunately, a lot of spam in it. The criteria to approve people is a little bit less. Shouldn't be, but it is. But I'm not in it, but it's still there. So if you are looking to sell an item or buy an item, that could be somewhere you go. If you're looking to pay for an item, I don't know of another great local group. However, if you are looking to give away an item or want an item for free, a friend of mine who is from Facebook has her own group. I'm going to butcher the name, but it's a buy nothing type of group in the North Phoenix area. So whether it's buy nothing, North Phoenix, whatever it is, I'm sorry, Lonnie, I don't remember your exact name for the group, but it's an awesome group. She does an incredible job with that group, very carefully monitored. Don't just go in there to take. It is also a giving group. It's about giving, and it's a great group to give. And there's fabulous opportunities to take, but please don't use it to just take. There's plenty of groups for that. This is for giving. Taking can happen, but make sure you go in there and give. And it's free. Okay, so you got the buy sell group, the senior stuff, which is awesome. All of it's awesome. And I don't want to say that's it, because it seems like anytime I talk about this, there's something I forget. But I think I've covered the main entities that we have. I hope, at least. It'll be pretty embarrassing afterwards if I'm like, oh crap, like I forgot this. I don't think I have, but anyway, those are it. But Living North Phoenix, remember, again, is a community for us to help each other. The slogan we have, celebrate community and support local. So celebrate community. So what does that mean? It means the community that we live in, that we're a part of, let's celebrate it. Like, let's get together, let's engage, let's be part of the common good to help each other, to do whatever. Support local business. A very big passion of mine, something that I strive for every day, to find a way to help a business or businesses. Sometimes there might be paid options, and yes, we do have paid options. That's not what this is about. Sometimes there are those local businesses that pay me for additional marketing, but the difference is we become a partner. And what does that mean? And again, this isn't a sales pitch, but I want to talk about it because it's very important to me, because it still is about supporting local. Is that business will give me money. I then deliver a service or a product, but it becomes a partnership because my goal is to deliver them results. For everyone, it might be different. It might be branding, it might be customers, it might be whatever. But it's a partnership. So the programs we have are marketing partnerships. They are not advertising. It might end up being advertising, but it is not just advertising. It is a true partnership where I'm on your side to help you accomplish your goals, whatever those are, in the discussions that we have. So those are out there, but supporting local is very important to me. Local communities drive, I'm sorry, local businesses drive our communities. They are out there. Families do, obviously, too, but local businesses are so important. And there's so many So many awesome ones, so many awesome ones I don't know about. If you are a local business owner in North Phoenix, and this is something I forgot, so I'm glad I kept yapping, is please, please, please join the Facebook group, but also on our website, livingnorthphoenix.com, there's a tab that I believe says businesses. A drop down there is our business directory. It is completely free to be in. At the time of this recording, we're around 550 businesses in it, and it is awesome. And remember, by being there, our website continues to grow. We get traffic from both our community as well as outside of it. You have a backlink to your business that you can now share on your website that will help your website. This isn't just about growing Living North Phoenix. This is a partnership to grow your business. That's what I'm here for. Sometimes all you can do, want to do is free. Join the directory. The worst case is you get a business, a backlink listing, and you're in the business directory. So if you're a plumber and you go search plumbers, you're going to show up. That's pretty awesome in my opinion. That business directory is awesome. So please, 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 if you are a business owner or know of one in the North Phoenix area, and yes, if you're in Chandler, Gilbert, Buckeye, wherever, do I check? No. This is a directory for North Phoenix. So you post what you want to post. Yes, again, I go through and add these businesses to the directory. It is what we do personally. This is not something where you submit it and it uses Zapier or whatever program it's called to go in. This is a hands-on approach for me to help the community. Maybe technology exists out there, maybe it doesn't. But either way, that's my goal. Celebrate community, support local. So business directory was another thing. Glad I remembered it. And I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. I don't think there is. So to recap, Living North Phoenix Facebook group. Let me back up. Blair Ballin, you can say Ballin, it's fine. Correct pronunciation is Boleyn. I used to say Ballin. So Living North Phoenix Facebook group, what do we have for our community? Facebook group, newsletter, please, please, please sign up. Go to livingnorthphoenix.com. A pop-up will happen on the main screen on desktop. I've been told it was on mobile. I have yet to see it, but I've been told it was there. But please go to desktop, livingnorthphoenix.com. Pop-up will be there. Join the newsletter. Specific deals to awesome restaurants in the North Phoenix area that are exclusive only to those that subscribe to the newsletter. And in my opinion, it's a valuable newsletter. Beyond the free stuff or discounted stuff, there is something that I try to provide that I feel is valuable. If you're skipping over to this, I went over what back in the beginning, not going to go over it again. We've also got the website, which you know about, the seniors living in North Phoenix. We've got the buy-sell group. We've got a networking group. That is something I forgot to go over. So business networking group, it's like a BNI. If you know what BNI is, just a business network for individuals that are business owners. It is exclusive to business types. So there's only one realtor, me, only one plumber, et cetera, et cetera. So we've got that. We've got the senior stuff. We've got Valleypalooza, our awesome event. It's going to be April 19th. If you're a vendor, sell a product, sell a service, go to valleypalooza.com, click on the vendor tab, I think it is, and then all the packages are listed there. And please, please, please know, excuse me, that the options that are there, there's plenty of markets, there's plenty of events, there's plenty of fairs. There's plenty of stuff to choose from. With everything that we have, we do. Valleypalooza, it's more than just having a booth, period. I'm not ripping on the other events or markets. We are more than a booth, meaning you'll get a booth. If you have a food truck, you'll have a spot for your food truck. And if you have these types of businesses, please sign up. We'd love to have you. It's more than just having that space or booth. It's having the entire community support you through everything that I do up to the event, after the event, during the event, to promote you and the event based on the package that you pick. And you will see results, you will get visibility. So we've got those things. We've got the buy sell group, as I mentioned. You can go back. I don't need to repeat it because I already probably did. And this is going way more than I thought, but I hope that you have found value in this podcast. I thank you for listening. I thank you for being a part of the community, which now you're a part of it because you're listening to the podcast under the Living North Phoenix community brand. That's what this is. So if you just listen to this and don't join the group, don't subscribe to the newsletter, that's cool. It's your choice. I'm not going to force you to. I don't even know who you are when you're listening to this, but it's your choice to be in as much of the community as you want to be. And regardless of where you are, I sincerely appreciate you being a part of whatever you are a part of. I would encourage you, though, to join the newsletter, join the Facebook group, join all of it. And if you are a business, join the business directory, join Valleypalooza. Let's make this the freaking best event there is, because that's the goal. The goal is to be better than the state fair, and we will be there. Might not be as big, but we will be better. And let's make it the best Facebook group, even though it is already. Let's make everything the best. And above all, remember to celebrate community, support local. Thank you for listening to this second podcast and putting up with me. Have an awesome rest of the day, and we will see you on the next one.